More access to health care is coming to North Omaha. A clinic is offering new hours to better serve the neighbors. First Alert 6's Philip Katafamo tonight shares how a local group is helping folks stay healthier.
Juggling family and work can make getting to the doctor a tall task.
A lot of people, work a typical 9 to 5, and it doesn't help that if the clinics are closing at 5, they may not have the ability to get off work, come during a break hour and things like that.
NOAA, or North Omaha Area Health Clinic, is a free and low-cost clinic in North Omaha. It offers services like health screenings, blood tests, and more.
So it doesn't matter if you have insurance or don't have insurance coverage, if you have any funds, it doesn't matter here at NOAA.
CEO Eric Ijicki says they brought back their evening clinic hours on Mondays after noticing a rush of patients before they close at 5.
Just giving more access and availability and flexibility for people who may need those additional hours. So we just wanted to give more opportunity for our community to have access to the care that we provide here.
With federal changes to Medicaid now starting to hit Nebraska, NOAA provides a buffer for folks who are in the middle of looking for insurance.
Being available to that population or anybody, we're not only for people without, but anybody that needs a medical home, especially in our community, that people feel comfortable coming here. It's like a family environment here, so we want to treat everybody with respect, and anybody can come and utilize our services.
For now, Mondays are the only day with extended hours. That said, Ijicki is open to extending hours to other days of the week in the future. In North Omaha, I'm Philip Katafamo, First Alert 6.
NOAA operates during the week except on Wednesdays from noon to 5. With school coming up, it's hosting a back-to-school health bash this Saturday. Attendees can get physicals and other health screenings with or without insurance. We have information on that connected to this story at firstalerts6.com.
Now,